My name is Taroub. Date of birth is 1962, and I now do a couple of non-executive directorships and otherwise live a life of leisure. How long ago did I start with DMC Fitness? I think it was 8 to 9 years ago. Primary reason at that time was that I'd started sailing, and you really need quite a lot of upper body strength to be safe, assistant to a sailor, and I had very little upper body strength, so I was quite keen to develop some, and I knew I didn't know how to do that myself. And my son had been here for a while, and then he recommended that I might get a sort of individualised training programme to help me with that. I am immeasurably stronger and fitter than I've ever been previously in my life. As a teenager, I played a huge amount of sports, and then I went on to have some quite big jobs and raise a family and have very, very little time for myself. So it was a way of building up some time for myself, and so I think physically I'm a pretty fit person now, and my stamina is really good, and personally that has opened up new opportunities for me to do different things with friends and family, and I've enjoyed it enormously. Also, coming into the gym, there's a wonderful atmosphere here. It's very much sort of bespoke, and I really appreciate that. I'd always had an image of gyms being in a particular way, and that didn't appeal to me at all. I've never been a gym bunny, but coming in here, people work very much at my pace, but also push me, and I really appreciate that. I had quite a serious shoulder injury 3 to 4 years ago, and I thought that was it. I thought I'm not going to be able to train anymore. And both Davey and Grant, and with Pablo's help, have been absolutely amazing and have just always worked around it and worked with it. And my shoulder has come back from sort of being on the brink of surgery to mostly working really, really well. And if I have a hiccup or go back, I now have the confidence that I know it's fixable. So in that sense, it's made an enormous difference to me. But I work with 2 coaches, so I come twice a week. I do 1 session a week with Davey and 1 session a week with Grant. Broadly, the way it's panned out is that on a Tuesday, I concentrate really hard on my shoulder and really working on strength as a big part of that session. And so that's very, very focused. And on a Thursday, I work with Grant, and that's kind of all over conditioning. I find the coaches, as I said before, they're very much customized to where I'm at. You know, if you've had an illness or something like that, everything's adapted to get you to work with whatever level of strength you're at or whatever level of health you're at that point. And then whenever you're in really kind of good form and good shape, you're just pushed that little bit further. So I find them very responsive and very much customized around me. What advice would I give to someone thinking about joining DMC Fitness? I think my advice would be don't be intimidated that you'll come in, and if you're not used to gyms, it looks kind of quite scary. Everybody looks like they know what they're doing, that they would be surprised how quickly they would actually learn the drills and learn the kind of training that's good for them, that it's very warm, friendly, welcoming place. It's not intimidating, it's not competitive, it's not about outdoing other people, so there's no machismo or whatever the female equivalent is about coming to a gym like this.